He is the single hottest act in all of pro wrestling, and he's got the biggest match of his life waiting for him in Montreal at Elimination Chamber. But what comes next? Well, we've laid out some options. Here are the roads to WrestleMania for Sami Zayn.
Road number 1, a tag title match at Mania alongside KO. Sami loses, but not before he's screwed by his supposed friend Jey Uso, which kickstarts a program for the tag titles at Mania. Sami Zayn, the ultimate underdog. There's no chance he's winning this match at Elimination Chamber, but hang on a second. The insane crowd inside the Bell Center is more than Reigns is prepared for. It's willing Sami towards a monumental victory. And so, members of the Bloodline get involved. As the numbers game catches up to Sami, here comes forever frenemy Kevin Owens. He stuns, he chases off Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman is also there. But just as it looks like Sami has the advantage, Jey Uso comes to ringside where he shows his allegiance to his family by attacking Sami and thereby giving Reigns the advantage and eventual victory. It's family over everything, which is where Sami's family comes into play. Kevin Owens, KO, and Sami wrestle the Usos for the tag titles at Mania and get a crowning moment together. 2 kids from Canada capturing gold at Mania. Doesn't it just warm your heart? Road number 2, the Jericho. Sami wins controversially and puts the strap around his waist, but Reigns successfully campaigns to have the match restarted and goes on to win, a la Chris Jericho beating Triple H for the WWE title on Raw on April 17th, 2000. So what would Sami look like with a world title around his waist? And how would the crowd respond? Well, there is sort of a way to find out. What if Roman was temporarily screwed out of the title at the Chamber, thereby giving Zayn a victory over Reigns, albeit a brief victory? Perhaps it's a still seething Jey Uso who comes out of nowhere to super kick Reigns, which gives Sami the advantage and eventual win. But remember, Roman and Paul Heyman, the wise man, they have all of WWE in their pocket. Heyman sends Solo Sikoa to the back to pull Adam Pearce out and make a declaration in front of everyone in Montreal that Sami should be disqualified and the title remains with Roman. Instead, though, Pearce, he restarts the match. But it doesn't matter. Roman still reigns. This isn't a super desirable option, though, because the Bell Center and the WWE Universe as a whole would fill the ring and Twitter with all kinds of garbage. It doesn't make Zayn look great, and it really isn't a satisfying end to this feud. But I mean, it would give a glance into what Zayn looks like while wearing the WWE title. Road number 3, a surprise tag partner. Zayn is joined by Jey Uso to begin a quest towards tag team gold. What if Sami didn't get screwed by the Usos? Now, the Usos have been told to stay out of Canada. Roman Reigns said don't come because he doesn't know where Jey's loyalties lie. Methinks they lie with the former honorary Us, and that fact will become clear during the main event. You know the Usos are showing up, right? Jimmy and Solo Sikoa, they're going to come down to the ring at some point to help thwart whatever chance Sami has at beating Reigns. But just as it looks like Sami has no shot, here comes Jey Uso. He makes his choice. He super kicks Sikoa. Jimmy can't believe it, and then just solemnly follows him to the back. In this scenario, Reigns, he does still win, but casts Jey out of the bloodline. Jey drops the tag titles while Sikoa takes over alongside Jimmy. Jey and Sami team up on the road to Mania, and they eventually go head-to-head with Jimmy and Sikoa and come out on top. And that puts the first huge crack in the foundation of the bloodline. Road number 4, a WrestleMania triple threat with Sami. Zayn earns his way into a triple threat match for the WWE title at Mania. Cody Rhodes wants Sami Zayn. The WWE Universe wants Sami Zayn. So why not put Sami Zayn in there with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania? It's the road to WrestleMania 30 all over again, right? Maybe not so much. This time, we've got 2 legitimate white-hot baby faces in Rhodes and Zayn. Plenty of questions surrounding this option, though. How do you keep Zayn hot leading into Mania without the aid of fighting back against the Bloodline? How do Cody and Sami continue to toe the line of being babyfaces heading into Mania? Who goes over in the match? And maybe most interestingly, how do you launch this angle? Sami needs to come really close at the Chamber. Really close. So close that the result is extremely questionable. If that happens, the WWE audience can get behind a movement to put Sami into the match alongside Cody and Reigns. Cody will be for it. Roman won't be for it. But wrestling fans will definitely be for it. Sami in a main event triple threat match? It's got match of the year stuff written all over it. Road 5. Sami just loses. Zayn fights valiantly, but comes up short. It shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that Zayn and Reigns wrestle a relatively straightforward match and Zayn just loses. He'd eat a few Superman punches, a spear here, a spear there, and then go out looking at the lights. The TV production could sit on Zayn as he comes to in the ring, which is where his hometown fans would give him a standing ovation. Reigns goes over in this scenario while Zayn stays over. This scenario involves no major outside interference, meaning Sami's just going to lose this thing cleanly. Roman Reigns has been champion for 900-ish days, so you know what? It shouldn't be that shocking to suggest that he'd go over clean on Sami. And finally, Road 6. The most unlikely scenario. Sami wins the title at the Chamber. Let's be honest, this one isn't happening. Roman Reigns isn't going to have his championship reign snapped at 900 days, just shy of WrestleMania, just shy of the biggest event of the year, just shy of a new, fresh championship match against arguably the most universally popular babyface WWE seen since John Cena's heyday, that being Cody Rhodes. It won't happen. But what if it did? Sami Zayn pulls off the upset of the century, a decision from WWE aided by the fact that the Bell Center could literally implode with a Sami victory, giving WWE one of the most monumental visuals it has ever seen, with Zayn celebrating amongst his hometown brethren. Think the Calgary Stampede pay-per-view in 1997, but with the volume turned up to 111. The victory, the call from Michael Cole, the scenes in Montreal would be showcased in video packages until the end of time itself. But this won't happen. It couldn't happen, right?
Which road to WrestleMania do you like for Sami Zayn? What do you think WWE should do with Sami at the Chamber on Saturday in Montreal? You can watch the event on Sportsnet Now Premium, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And also, you can check out an interview with Sami Zayn that Sportsnet 590's Blake Murphy did. They chatted for almost 40 minutes and covered a wide array of topics. What should they do with Sami in Montreal? The options are plentiful, and you got to tune in to find out what happens.